Okay,
A
Tiwari sir.
very happy new year to all of you, sir.
Oh, thank you so much.
Dr. Janvajay Tiwari, please begin the interview.
What do you mean by phoneme?
So phoneme is a study of speech sounds. Um,
And what is the difference between phoneme and phonetics?
Sorry, sir. Phonetics is the study of speech sounds, and phoneme is a. So sorry, sir. I'm unable to recall right now.
Okay. Just give two examples of lang and parole. Two practical examples of lang and parole.
Sir, lang and parole. Sir, lang is any grammatical thing or a word, and parole is which is used to.
I'm not asking the definition, just two examples.
Okay, so like any grammatical thing, like we use punctuations, we call, and then we apply that punctuations in our poetries or anything writing. Parole is performance.
Competence and performance.
So competence and performance. Sorry, sir, I'm a little nervous right now. So, sorry.
From which field should I ask questions? Just give me your field, your preferred field, literature, criticism, phonetics, linguistics, or grammar. In which field you are comfortable?
So you can ask questions from fiction.
From fiction. 19th century, 18th century, or 20th century. What is metafiction? What is metafiction?
So metafiction is a writing, it is talking about writing something. When we write something and talk about that very fiction what we are writing, like Ted Hughes thought Fox, he's comparing Fox as Fox. He's comparing thoughts as writing. So yes, sir.
Are you sure? Or are you just guessing?
So, sir, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What is the meaning of meta?
So meta means beyond beyond physical, beyond physical. When we talk about the abstract things, spiritual things, not physical world. When we're talking about an emotions, feelings, and like expressions, ideas. So it is beyond physical. Like when we talk about soul and yes, sir. Soul, youth, abstract things which are which cannot be answered by science.
That is metafiction. That is metaphysics.
Yes, sir, metaphysics.
And what is meta theater?
Yes, sir.
Meta theater.
Meta theater. Oh, sorry, sir. I don't...
Meta narrative.
Meta narrative. Oh, sorry, sir. I don't know right now.
What is the primary concept of magical realism?
So, in magical realism, there is a realistic story in which some elements of magic are also there, like Salman Rushdie's Midnight Children. So it is a story about a telepathic power of a boy who born on the midnight of Independence Day on the 15 August. So he has some telepathic powers. So these are some magical elements which occur in the Salman Rushdie's Midnight Children.
So anybody else in India who is very much a lover of this magical realism?
Magical realism. Sir, Aurobindo Ghosh.
Aurobindo Ghosh.
Magical. Sorry, sir, I am unable to recall that.
Okay. Okay, Ravi sir, continue please.
All right, Pooja. Tell me what is participle. Sorry.
Unmute yourself first.
Yeah, Pooja, tell
Please.
me what is participle.
So, participle. So it is a form of verb. With two or without two. Like.
Okay, what is infinitive then?
Infinitive, we use to. It is form of word in which we use to connect sentences. So.
Why are you so nervous? Any problem?
Sorry, sir.
Okay. Tell me an example where a noun, where a verb is used as a noun.
Verb is used as a noun. So, drinking alcohol is injurious to health.
Okay, so what is this drinking? Are you talking about drinking?
Yes, sir.
Okay, drinking is what?
Verb.
Which figure
Sir,
of
it is
speech?
Sir, it is a noun. Sir, it is a verb, but we use it as a noun. Here we drinking is injurious to health is noun. Drinking.
Okay, how is
in
drinking
this
and
sentence.
alcohol connected? How is drinking and alcohol connected in terms of parts of speech? Which part of speech is drinking and which part of speech is alcohol? And which part of speech they are functioning together?
So here drinking is noun and two is connected. Drinking is injurious to health. Here two is connected with noun and injurious is your verb.
Not injurious. Drinking and alcohol. Drinking is noun. What is alcohol?
Object.
Object, but not noun.
Yes.
Okay. Differentiate between subordinate conjunction and coordinate conjunctions.
So subordinate conjunction and coordinate conjunction are words like unless, because, unless, because are subordinate conjunction, and coordinate conjunction like for and now. These words which is used to connect.
Why are they called subordinate or
They are
coordinate?
simple. When we use complex sentences, we use coordinate conjunctions to form sentences.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if I say, having said that, I must tell you. Okay, having said that, I must tell you that you are an intelligent person. This sentence is simple, complex, or compound.
Having said that. So it is compound.
Okay, why?
So because here that is used to connect sentences. Having said that, you must have intelligent
That is
person.
what kind of conjunction?
It is coordinate conjunction. Subordinate conjunction, sorry. Subordinate conjunction.
Subordinate conjunction makes complex or compound sentences.
Compound sentences.
Okay. Fine. Uh, tell me, who is your favorite 20th century poet?
So my favorite 20th century poet is, of course, T.S. Eliot.
T.S. Eliot. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you must have read The Wasteland.
Yes, sir.
Okay, talk about the title of The Wasteland.
So the wasteland.
Hmm.
So the wasteland refers to the age where there is disillusionment and
That is okay. Okay,
fragmentation.
tell me, is there any geographical locale which can be described as the wasteland in understanding of T.S. Eliot? Do you think that Eliot was talking about any particular geographical area, or was he talking about intellectual space? What kind of space was he talking about when he says that, when he gives the title The Wasteland? Which space is he talking about?
So he's talking about the age because uh, his age suffered a lot because he belongs to the
No,
age
but
where
land,
First World War has taken
can
place.
you describe age in terms of land? You are saying it the wasteland. So land refers to space, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So which space is he referring to? Is he referring to some geographical space or some intellectual space or any other kind of space?
So he is referring to intellectual space.
Okay, describe. Please
Okay.
explain.
So he thinks that in this age where he belongs is suffered a lot, and there is no place for hope or any solution to uh, ex- uh,
No, connect the theme of the wasteland with the intellectual space.
um,
Okay, fine. Dr. Ranjan Tripathi, please.
Oh, hi, Pooja, how are you?
fine, sir.
Well, first of all, I must tell you that drinking alcohol is not always injurious to health, right? In some cases, even it's very beneficial to health, isn't it? Huh?
Sir, it is written on that.
Are leave it here. It's not a writing on a wall, right? It's not always
Yes.
injurious, right? Okay. So, should I ask something from grammar?
Okay, sir. Actually, grammar is not very good of
Very
mine.
simple. So if you find it difficult, we'll switch to literature. No problem.
Okay, sir. No
Right.
problem.
Okay. Have you heard the notion of tonic syllable?
Tonic syllable. No, sir.
Okay.
I heard syllable, meter, foot,
Okay. So what is the
rhyme.
definition of syllable?
So, syllable.
How would you define syllable?
Um,
No problem. If you wish, you can switch. You switch to literature.
so, okay, yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I will tell you. So, syllable. So there are two types of syllable: strong syllable and weak syllable.
So first of all,
Strong syllable.
No. First of all, you must learn to understand the question. The question was, what is syllable? How to define syllable? Suppose I'll ask you how to, what do you mean by article? How do you say? There are two types of article. Article like this.
No,
How
sir.
to define article? The question is what is the definition of article? Isn't it?
Sorry,
Leave it. No, there is nothing like sorry. I
So actually,
cannot do everything. It happens. Right? There's nothing like feeling sorry. Okay.
okay.
One last question from this thing, grammar. Otherwise, we'll continue. We'll be switched to right.
Okay,
You
okay.
must have heard the notion of idioms and phrases.
Yes, sir. Idioms and phrases. Yes, sir.
Why do we study them together?
Why we study them together?
We never study, means we can study everything together, right? But why specifically they are taught, they are learned together?
Maybe so maybe it put more emphasis on while we add in our language or anything in poetry or any part of literature. It gives stress on that sentence more, or it may be able to.
Do you think that there is some proximity in terms of linguistic variety, proximity in terms of theoretical assumptions, and that is why we study them together?
Maybe so. I don't know exactly why it is connected.
Okay, we'll have a discussion about literature, right?
Okay.
Okay. There is a very prominent notion, which is, nowadays people are talking about a lot about that notion. The notion is called digital humanities.
Digital humanities.
Yes. Digital humanities. So can you articulate this for me? Digital humanities.
So digital humanities, I think it is connected to social media and when we use technology to study humanities, like our computer, internet, and yes. To study humanities in a more in a good way, yes. So
you did your masters, right? You must have done your masters, right?
Yes, sir.
Which university, you have done your master from?
Sir, Mahatma Gandhi Chitrakoot Vishwavidyalaya. Yes, sir. Mahatma Gandhi Chitrakoot Vishwavidyalaya, Chitrakoot.
So you must have opted certain papers in your master final year, or in
yes, sir, I have. Yes, sir, I have opted for American literature, and there are different subjects also, like Victorian and 20th century literature.
Okay.
And literary criticism. Yes.
Okay. So it means that you have gone through the American literature and the Victorian literature, right?
Yes, sir.
You must have gone through the feeling of the taste of American, and so can you differentiate? Can you tell me any specific difference that you have noticed in the writings of the American authors, which you have read, and the writings of any other author, particularly the authors from the UK?
So, there are a variety of writers in American literature. Like
the difference that you have noticed in the writing style.
So,
any two, you can choose two authors, and you can just talk about the difference.
Like so we can see Emily Dickinson. There is a poet of romantic movement, and we in her poetry we can see the unconventional use of dashes, non-cyclical writing, anti-linear writing, and she has very complex language which cannot be read by, which is very difficult to understand. And
so do you appreciate these experiments that she has done in her writing?
Yes, sir, it is. Sir, it is a different kind of writing, and she has written a very beautiful poem about hope is a thing with feathers and I am nobody. So she has done a lot of good works, and we can learn a lot about from her. So she is also connected to écriture féminine, and a kind of different kind of writing.
What is this écriture féminine?
Where expressions and emotions are put before language, where experiences are more important than a language. So it is a complex type of writing in which